and we will get started. Okay, I want to give you guys a, actually, let's start with this. Day after tomorrow is the first day of the fourth quarter, and I want to make sure that we are focused on getting our business ramped up, organized, and we go into 2021 with a maximum amount of confidence and a maximum amount of potential opportunities for our business, okay? So one of the things that I want to make sure that we have in mind is some of the basic planning tools that are available with Keller Williams and that we really focus on here in productivity coaching. So let's start with some basics, okay? The first is everyone should have an MREA2 goal page where we have gone in and said we want to close X number of units per month or per year. And if we do that, we will hit our financial goals. So because it is a relatively small group today, I'm just going to go in and pull up each of y'all's and make sure that we can kind of talk some real numbers and give you the confidence that we need to set a strategy that's going to work specifically for you. So each of these documents have been shared with you directly. And remember that everything in yellow is a document that, or is a cell that can be changed, okay? Heather, would it be okay if we use your numbers? Okay, I'm just gonna do a little screen share right here. All right, should only take a moment, hopefully. All right, I don't know what's taking so long here. Okay, let's see if this works.
You're frozen, Bill.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm thinking, oh my goodness, what is taking so long? Hang tight, y'all, please. All right, there we go. Can you see me now? You are frozen. How about now? Okay, cool. All right, y'all take yourself off of mute. I want this to be interactive, okay? So this is a document called Fowler MREA2. This is, each one of us should have this document. And what it does, I just want to very briefly walk you through this, okay? Number one is Heather has a desire to sell 12 units in the next 12 months, okay? So we take her conversion rates, her average sales price, and if she executes on this plan, she'll gross $108,000, okay? And all she has to do is go on 28.4 appointments during the course of the next 12 months, okay? So we do a little exercise where we look to see, well, how many listings does she need to have at all times? And how many people does she need to speak to on a daily basis in order for those appointments to be set and held, okay? We take a close look at her database. The research suggests that for every 10 people that you have in your database that you are systematically communicating with over the course of the year, which according to KW is 36 times per year. Once that happens, you should close one of those people. So 10% of your database should close every single year. Roughly half of that will be people you know that are in the database, and roughly half of that will be people that are referrals from those people, okay? So we want to make sure that Heather has a database of 120 people as quickly as humanly possible, okay? That's the first threshold. The next threshold is we want to know what her big rocks are. Okay, these are the numbers that she should have kind of ingrained into her soul. Okay, we need one listing at all times. Probably the biggest indicator of Heather's likelihood of being on pace is to have one listing at all times. If I say, how's the business? The very first thing she should think of is, do I have my listing? If the answer to that is yes, there's a very good shot she's on pace. If the answer to that is no, there's probably a very good shot she's not on pace. Okay. She needs to talk to 11 people per day. We just got off our coaching call and she's going to be speaking to 75 people tomorrow. This is a woman that is dedicated and committed to her goals. So good for you. What she needs to do is go on 29 appointments between now, or I'm sorry, over the course of the next 12 months. 22 of those people will agree to work with her. Rounded up, that's 3 a month, taking 2. 3 a month, taking 2. Okay. Now, just to give you an idea, Marie, you're at 13 closings. So that's 31 appointments, taking 24. You also have to call 11 people a day.
Mhm.
And Jan has a similar goal, 13 units and 31 appointments and 24 taken, 11 daily contacts. So you guys actually have very similar goals. Okay, so this is a good group here. Now, just a quick note on our reporting. What we want to do is in green, let's take Heather, for example. Okay, this is the 3rd week in September. All the weeks are, I'm sorry, this is the 3rd week in September. So Heather is Fowler. So she spent 8 hours generating leads, 9 hours practicing, 6 hours in command, 39 contacts during this time period, 9 people she added to the database, 3 appointments set, 3 held, and 1 contract written, and 1 deal that went pending. Great week. Okay. However, now this is a little, Heather's being very optimistic here, because not optimistic, but she's kind of inflating her goals a little bit, because technically she only needs to speak to 55 people per week, and she's got a goal to do 100. So she's pushing herself. Good for you. However, you are behind from only doing 39 instead of 55. So then we go to the next week and we need to make sure that we're catching up. So she's already way surpassed her 55 and she's going to do another 75 tomorrow. So she's pushing it. She's pushing it hard. She has a goal to set 5 and hold 5 appointments between last week and the end of the day tomorrow. So what we do is we post in green, this light green color, what our goals are. And then at the end of each reporting period, we come in and put our actuals. And then we put our goals for the following week. And I'll have October, first week in October's tab up by tomorrow. Now, the idea there is we want to have an honest assessment of, are we on track? Okay, if you don't do the work, just say that you didn't do the work. Okay, you're not going to get fired. We're not going to kick you out. We just want you to have an honest evaluation of, am I on track or am I not? What is getting in the way of me being productive? And what am I doing really well? And what am I struggling with? Okay, the people that are, if I was to name one criteria of somebody who is successful in this business versus somebody who's not successful, is how coachable are you? Are you willing to humble yourself and seek the help that you might need, that you likely do need? Okay. It's no judgment on you. We know that the top performers in every single business have accountability and have a coach. Okay. So the numbers are critical because, for example, we need to know how long it takes you to make the contacts, right? So let's say, Jan, you're supposed to have 11 contacts per day. We really need to know how long that takes you, because if you don't carve out enough time in your calendar, it ain't gonna happen, right? So if it really takes you 2 hours, but you only carve out 30 minutes a day to generate leads, you're not setting yourself up for success, okay? Now, let's take a break from the numbers for a second. Next thing I wanna touch on is the WhatsApps, okay? Now, I know some of this is a little elementary to you, Heather, probably, but we'll just take a moment to remind you, okay? We got a couple of WhatsApp groups. We've got an announcements WhatsApp and we've got a help WhatsApp, okay? Now, all of you should be members of both of those. Is that the case? So make sure that your notifications are on, or that, hang on just one second. 3 o'clock. Okay. That your notifications are on, because all of the calendaring and news and stuff that I put out there, I'd like for you to see it. Okay, so make sure that those are on. You guys, all three should be in the launch group as well. To be honest, that hasn't really taken off so well. Most of the content is within those first two groups, but make sure that you are a member of the third and that notifications are turned on for that too. Okay, there's a launch group and a growth group. Okay, that's what's at. I want to make sure that you understand that we have a private YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is, I'll post the link really fast. This has 6 or so, almost 7 months of videos that we have done in productivity coaching. So even like Marie, she joined a week or two ago. Let me see. You can go back and watch the videos for all of the sessions that that have been recorded, regardless of whether you were in the program at that time. Okay. Where is the productivity? Hang on. I sent out the message in. Where is it? I sent out the message for productivity coaching the week ahead, and I will post the link right here. Okay, we also have, I'm going to post this in the chat, so if you are not part of the, oh my gosh, I got people coming, people going, chats opening, chats closing. All right, that is the link to join the YouTube page. Please subscribe to the YouTube page. It is fully updated, including this morning's session. So anything that you'd like to see, we have, it is available. There's videos on buyer presentations, listing presentations, scripts, profit share, objection handling, mindset, Facebook strategies, all of the top performer interviews, 411s, GPSs, scripts, all kinds of stuff. So please make sure that you are a part of that. We also have the Google Drive. Okay, the Google Drive is right here. So if you are not a part of this, or you don't have this tagged on your, hang on. If you don't have that saved as a bookmark, please do. This, I'm updating probably a couple of times a week. I'm adding stuff to the Google Drive. I added something yesterday even. So there's information on the Google Drive with regards to scripts, presentations, charts, checklist, all kinds of stuff. So please take some time, models, maps models, please go back and make sure that you've scanned that, and anything that you want, just pull right off. Okay, don't pull it out of the group, of course, make a copy of it and then drag it into wherever you want to go. Okay, hang on one moment for me. Can we move your appointment at 4 to a different time?
I have an appointment at.
Can we do
3.
can we do tomorrow at 12?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Tomorrow at 12. Okay, perfect.
Hey, I'm so excited.
Hey Rose, tell everybody that you made some calls today and tell them how fun it was.
So I made some cold calls today, and I just got off the phone with a gentleman and his wife who have really been considering selling. So they gave me their email address. So I'm going to do a CMA on their home. and I'm going to follow up with them next Monday and get that listing appointment set.
Wait, so how did you find that person?
Cole Realty, the list of numbers around a specific address because I wanted to focus on that area.
Beautiful. Okay, we're going to talk about that in 1 second. Okay, cool. Thank you. I'll come find you in a bit. Okay, so Rose was in the market center super early today, getting geared up to make some calls. So she's using a program called Cole Resource Realty. We're going to get to that momentarily. Okay. The next thing. So if you look here, can you guys see this? Scripts, daily stuff, schedule, checklist, models, ignite, GPS, going virtual, pivot, special stipulations, intake forms, shift, business planning, one thing, all kinds of stuff that can help you as you're building your business. Okay. Any questions so far? Any questions so far?
No.
Okay, let me get you back on. Okay, now let's talk about a couple of other technology pieces that I want to make sure that you guys know all about. Okay, first of all, there are two primary pieces of technology that we have that are available to anybody, but there's a fee, right? Aubrey talked about one of them during the sales meeting today, and that is Cole Resource Realty. The idea behind Cole Resource Realty is that it is essentially a neighborhood directory. So for example, let's say that you have a new listing at 123 Hill Street, and you want to call the people that live closest to that house and invite them in for an open house. Maybe you want to do the open house from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock on Sunday, but from 12 to 1, you want to do like a neighbors only kind of thing, right? Some type of exclusive opportunity for you to meet the neighbors, or for the neighbors to see, you know, what's going on in the marketplace. Hey, here's a home, and this kind of home right now is selling for $300,000, right? So it is their names and telephone numbers. And then it has some basic information about like what their home is estimated to be worth. And you can call them and let them know that you have a new listing, maybe let them know the price was just reduced, let them know the home sold, or invite them to an open house, or solicit their business in any way. Hey, I'm looking for a home in your area, working with a buyer. Who do you know that wants to purchase a home in this area? You know, who's the real estate agent that you contact when you have a question about real estate, right? There are circle prospecting scripts within the script category or script folder within the Google Drive. My favorite ones are called circle prospecting favorites. Okay. Very creative title. All right. Circle prospecting favorites. Okay. Now, that system is every once in a while they have it on sale, but typically that is about $1,200 per year for that service. It is free with productivity coaching. Okay, free with productivity coaching. The way that product works is that we know, not personally, but we know from others that they're very they watch basically how many IP addresses are signing into the system. So if I give out the username and password, they're gonna be like, hey, I got 50 people using this product, we're cutting you off, or you need to go buy 50 logins or whatever, right? So what we have done with that system is we say, if you have a desire to get a list of properties or names and numbers around a certain address, okay, you can have as many as you want. Just send me an email with the property address and we'll take care of it. My assistant pulls it all. She typically works from 8 in the morning to 12 in the afternoon, and then again from 8 at night to 12 midnight. Okay, so if you can get me the list before 12 o'clock in the afternoon, we'll get it to you almost instantly. Okay, if you get it to me after 12 in the afternoon, almost certainly we'll have it for you by the end of the day. Okay, she works Monday through Friday, 8 to 12, and then again 8 to 12. Okay, our time. Now, so just send me an email, say, hey, I want 123 Hill Street in Douglasville, and we'll get you the list. Okay, it's sent like a CSV file. So then you can manipulate it however you'd like. You can upload it into Mojo Dialer or some other type of dialer, and you can go ahead and make the calls, or you can just print it out and make the calls one by one. Okay. So I saw Rose doing that today. You know, like if she left a message, she turned the cell one color. If she got the person but they weren't interested, she turned the cell another color. If she made a promise to them and it was somebody that she wants to add to the database, she maybe turned it a different color, right? So you can kind of create your own system for tracking what the next step is. Is this somebody that I want to maintain contact with? Is this somebody that I don't ever need to think about again? Okay. I will tell you, circle prospecting is it's effective. It's just like you'll probably get a hold of 10 to 15% of the people you call, and you'll probably add 10% of those people to your database. So you go make 100 calls, you might add one person to your database who has a remote chance of interacting with you again in the future. However, you just never know, right? Rose has been on the phone for a couple hours today. She already got a listing appointment. Marie, if I said, hey, all I need you to do is sit on this phone for 3 hours and talk to a bunch of strangers and I'll give you a chance at $10,000, would you say yes? I can't hear you, but I think that was a yes. Is that right?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll ask Heather. Would you do that?
I'm sorry, I was responding to this thing. I wasn't listening.
Hang on one second, y'all. 1 second.
Ask me again, I'll listen.
If
Yeah, I probably call strangers for some cash.
all right. Calling
I'm
strangers
trying
for
to figure out the killer's offer thing. I'm asking in the Facebook group, who do I contact?
Okay.
So I wasn't blowing you off for no reason.
I know that. And of all people, I know you're not blowing me off. Okay. So it is a strategy. Okay. If nothing works if you don't work, and everything works if you do work. Okay. So you get into the habit of doing this, you will meet some people. There's no doubt about it. Okay. Then you got to figure out, what do they need, right? What kind of promise can you make them that will be of value to them in the future? Are they going to get a copy of your mobile app? Are they going to get a CMA? Are they going to sit down for a buyer presentation or listing presentation? Do they want to know what their place is worth? Do they have a desire to refinance? Do they want to talk about investing? Do they need a neighborhood nurture? You know, what can you give them, ideally aided by technology, so that you can maintain a relationship with them over time? Make sense? All right, beautiful. Next tool is called Vulcan 7, VULCAN, and the number 7.com. Okay, I will post the link right here. Vulcan 7. This is the password, or I'm sorry, that's the username. And that is the password. Okay, everyone see that? You can log into that site. It is a shared site. Okay, this product is about $350 per month. We pay for that for you. So Vulcan 7 for you is free. Okay. There are some agents that are in the system every single day making calls, and there's some agents that don't know what I'm even talking about. So I'm going to encourage you to check it out. Okay, go onto they have like a best practices Facebook page and that kind of thing. And you can watch some videos on how to use their website. This is really just for the data. The idea is you download the data and then you move it off of the platform, right? So you can, again, drop it into Mojo, which is a dialing system. That is this. That's that website right there. You can get we'll get to that in a second. Move it off of the system. That data updates every single day, and you can call withdrawals, for sale by owners, and expired listings. Okay, these are the hottest leads from sellers you're going to find. These are people who have a desire to sell, yet they have not hired a real estate agent yet, or they don't know they need one, or they were unsuccessful the first time they tried to sell with another agent. Now that listing has expired, and they may or may not have a desire to sell in the future with a different agent. So the more conversations you have, the more chance you'll have at getting an invite into their home. Make sense? All right, Beautiful. Let's talk about a dialer real fast. Now, we don't have any type of dialer program for PC right now. You know, I'm open to anything. If it makes financial sense, I'm open to it. So maybe we can set a goal where we can buy a couple of dialers. I'm fine with that, and have, like, you know, one dialer and have a bunch of people that can sign up for a slot or something like that. If somebody wants to help me create an idea there, let's do it. Okay. Now, I know Heather is using Mojo Dialer. So this is the way it works. You drag the data into the system through a CSV file. Okay. And then let's do you do a single line dialer, Heather?
I have a 3-line, but what I do is I don't do it where it automatically calls. I like the click to call, because when they're expired and for sale by owners, I Zillow them, because I can click right on their ad in Zillow. And this is going to sound like horrible, but if it looks sketchy, I'm not calling them, and I go on to the next one. I want to know who I'm calling before I call.
I don't think that sounds sketchy at all. I think that's what a professional does, is they determine who they want to interact with. And the beauty of this business is you can choose who you want to interact with. That's
But I like it. I mean, it would be quicker if I just did the automatic calling, but I feel like I'd waste a lot of time doing that. So.
Okay. So the way a single line dialer works is it basically just dials the number for you. Okay. And the person pops on the line and you start saying whatever you're going to say. And you can even input scripts right there so you can see them. You can even record voicemails that you hit a button and the voicemail drops. So while you're leaving the voicemail with one number, you're already pretty much talking to the next person. Okay. What are you averaging how many dials are you averaging per hour?
I think it was something like, I want to say like 45 or whatever, but that's because, like I said, I take my time.
When I did it, that was about what I averaged too. So probably somewhere in like the 40 to 50, maybe as high as 55 dials per hour. Okay. There ain't no way y'all are doing that without a dialer. So it's just an efficiency thing. Okay. So,
I have a question, Mel.
Yeah.
Sorry.
From you or Heather. So I also have Mojo, and I wanted to know, like, what do you guys think is your conversion rate from using Mojo? Like, how many dials do you feel like you're actually doing in order to justify the cost right now? Like, I don't know how long you've been doing it, Heather, but I haven't, and it's been a month and a half or so. And I just wanted to see, did you get anything converted yet that was solid from Mojo? And, you know, what does that look like for you in terms of your daily calls?
Well, I have one seller and I have one buyer who's under contract right now. And so my seller was one that was pulled from Vulcan's into Mojo, and one that I called on there, and then I, set a reminder and things like that. So when I get paid on November 3rd, I think it's worth it for the time. So, I mean, Mojo also lets me, like, you can take notes in it. You can set reminders. You can set tasks to call them. When you have an appointment that you're going on the map, and everything is through Mojo on my phone. So I just put the Mojo app in my car, and then it takes me to the appointment. So I think it would be horrible without some type of system.
When I did it, I was doing circle prospecting. I wasn't doing FSBOs or expireds. And I found that I was probably talking to somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 to 15% of the dials, right? So if I dialed 100 dials, then I'd probably get 10 to 15% a contact. And then maybe 10% of those would be viable for database entries. So, I mean, it just all depends. I mean, let's say you're going to do 3 hours a day, that's 15 hours a week, right? And you're going to do, where's my calculator? So if you get 3 an hour, like let's say that you add 2 people to your database an hour, that's 6 a day times 5, that's 30 entries to your database a week, times 4 is 120 nurtures per month, and it costs $100, $110 a month. I mean, you do have to come up with $110 a month, but if you're looking for a return on that investment, I think that is about as good as it's going to get. I hate to say it this way, but you have one, I hate to say it this way, but you have one closing in a career and you paid for it. Heather's already got two closings to come in probably not even 2 months, right? Rose went on the first time today. She's already got a listing appointment. Right. It's all in the numbers, guys. It's all in the numbers. Okay. So Mojo, they also have a 3-line dialer. So 3 numbers can be dialed at one time. And the very first person that picks up, you have the conversation with. And then if another one of those 2 people picks up immediately, they hear a pre-recorded message, which could sound something like, hello? Hello? Can you hear me? I think we have a bad connection. I'll call you right back. Right? And then you get off the phone with the first person, it re-clicks them, and then you get them. See what I'm saying? So you're pretending like it's a bad reception, but in fact, you're on the other phone talking to somebody else. Make sense? Okay, that just increases the dials. So instead of dialing 50 or so people an hour, you could dial 150 people per hour, right? Now you're talking about making 15 contacts an hour and probably adding 2 to 3 people per hour into your database. Make sense? Maybe even more, especially if you're calling for sale by owners or expireds. Okay. So dialers are a great opportunity. Any questions with anything so far? Okay. Was there something else that I said that I wanted to come back to? Did I say anything like that? No? Okay. Is there any part of the productivity coaching program that you either don't understand or would like some assistance with? All right.
You know what I would like to see?
Please.
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would love for us to be able to have like they talk about when we do our market stats that we have on the conversations that we have with Aubrey.
Yeah.
I would love for us to be able to also get, or maybe just walk through maybe for like 15 minutes when we do that in Command, how to upload our market stats in there, and from whatever we're going to be using, I guess from whatever he's sending out, or if we wanted to pull it ourselves from FMLS. And then putting it into whatever template, like something like that real quick that we can send out that's resourceful. I would love something like that. And then if we can do a little bit more detail on the, we did on our team meeting today about lead generation and the different avenues to do so. But do you think there's any way for us as our private group to do something that's like a little bit more, I would say, in depth with the lead generation?
Sure, of course. Let me make sure I heard the first thing you said. That was, say the, what would be the difference between the data you saw today and the data that you would like?
No, it is no difference. It's still that same information that he has, but I'm saying like if we could actually go through something like a quick template or something real quick that just shows how we already can put that easily into Command, insert it, customize that.
Okay.
Be something short. Yeah, just something short, but just to show that. So even if we don't have everything set up, it could be something where we can go ahead and start sending out that information to whoever we have in our database so far. I was just thinking just that. And pulling it, how to make sure we pull it even before the meetings, how to pull it itself. He has a chart and everything.
Very good. Very good. And then some more lead gen specifics. Okay, cool. Darlene, were you trying to say something too?
Yes, I was going to say, I just really need help with making sure that I'm doing my campaigns and stuff right in Command. Because like I have the database set up, and then I started doing the Kel app. So I'm scared to launch my stuff because I don't know if I'm launching it right. So
have you tried to send it to like somebody in the group just to check to see how it looks, or? Like another email of yours?
Last night I did try to send it to my brother. I have to make sure he got it just to see how it went to him.
Okay.
And then also I do have a meeting tomorrow with Sam to help me do the tag.
Oh, so he'll be able to help you instantly.
Yeah, okay. But that's my only thing right now. I'm trying to make sure I'm doing that stuff right.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna have you help teach the class once you figure it out, okay?
Oh Lord, okay.
All right, all right. All right, let's move into this topic here. Okay, here is here is a page right here. I'm gonna post this new one in the WhatsApp chat, so I don't have to try to share the screen again, because that didn't work so well last time. Hang on one sec. This is an edited version from the one that you guys gave me feedback on a second ago. Okay, in the announcements page, I just posted a picture of this document, okay? Now, this doesn't have a whole lot to do with orientation, but one of the things that we do in orientation is we take the reasons. Let me back up. The broker's goal is very simple, okay? What do you want? Why do you want it? Show you the plan, hold you accountable, right? What goals do you have? Why are those goals important to you? How do we get there, right? What's the game plan we're running? And then as you are progressing through that game plan, what accountability do you need to make sure you're staying on track? That's essentially what we do, okay? So number one, we need to have our metrics. We need to kind of know, how do we know whether we're on track? How do we know if we're winning? Then we need to know what's our game plan. Obviously, we are internalizing why do we want what we want, right? And then we need to add accountability, and there's plenty of accountability in this sheet. So what I suggested is that this is basically our fourth quarter GPS, okay? And what we're doing is we are setting ourselves up to have a 2021 that is just record breaking, okay? So what I did is I said, I am committed to closing blank units in 2021 so that blank. Where you would put so that is so that I can get out of debt, so that I can put $20,000 in my kids' college fund, so that my family can go to Disney World, so that we can add on to the house. Whatever is driving these choices, okay? Now, let me just take a moment to explain the difference between a goal and a commitment, okay? A goal is when I said, I have a goal to sell 10 homes a year. Okay. If that happens, great. If it doesn't happen, it was just a goal, right? A commitment is I am willing to do whatever it takes to secure 10 deals because I've committed to this. Okay. It's kind of like when you get married, I have committed to remain faithful. I'm not just like trying to remain faithful or like it's a goal. Rachel, it's a goal of mine to be faithful to you. She'd be like, that's not good enough. I need a commitment. Does that make sense? Y'all with me?
It makes sense.
Okay.
Yes.
So what are you committed to doing? A good example would be, I have a goal to talk to 15 people today. By the time my head hits the pillow, I have a goal to hit 15 people. So middle of the day, I get hungry and I get tired and I get distracted and I only end up with 7. And at the end of the day, it's like, got something popped up. I guess 7's good enough. That's a goal that you didn't reach. A commitment would say, well, I guess I'm going to have to go to Target where people are awake right now and go meet somebody because I'm adding people to my database today and that's how it goes. Right? Are you committed to it? So I wrote, I am committed to closing X number of units in 2021 so that blank happens. I'm going to do that based on 3 primary tools. Okay. Now this will be uploaded. It'll be a Word doc. You can edit it however you want. I specifically wrote it vague enough that it should be able to apply for everyone in the group. Okay. The first thing we need to do is skill and presentation development. Okay. if there is one, if I had to narrow it down to one thing that a real estate agent does, it would be present, right? All we do is we find people, make presentations to them. Find people, make presentations to them. Make sense? Would you agree with that, Tawantis?
I'm off you. I definitely would agree with that.
Okay.
Every day.
Okay. So that's all we should focus on. Finding people, presenting to them. That's your job. That's like if you're a basketball player, your task is to shoot the ball, right? That's what we do. So we're gonna work on our skill and our presentation development. Okay, so we're gonna have a lot of accountability here. Our listing presentation will be created and or updated by which date? Okay, our buyer presentation will be created and or updated by this date. Our pre-list presentation will be created and or updated by such and such date. My digital marketing strategy will be in place by, right? What is the standard for Jan Singletary's social media presence? Every Monday, you can expect this. Every Tuesday, you can expect this. Every Wednesday, you can expect this. If I don't post about a weekend occurring on a weekend event in, Dahlonega on Thursday, call the cops. Something's wrong. We need a welfare check. Make sense? Okay, my role play partner is blank, and we meet every blank. Okay, I script practice every day at blank. Is it fair to say, so when's the game one of the finals? Tomorrow? NBA finals? I think it's tomorrow.
Yep, I think so.
Okay, so you think LeBron, let's say the game starts at 8 o'clock. What time do you think LeBron's showing up at the stadium? 7:45?
5 o'clock.
In the morning.
Right.
In the morning. Like literally.
Right.
Somebody's going to massage his legs. He's going to get a little cryo treatment, right? He's going to get adjusted. He's going to make sure he's eating right. He's practicing all day long. He's going to hit the gym, right? We don't just show up and practice on our people that it took us forever to get. We need to practice on ourselves or husband or wife or our accountability partner or role play partner, right? So we got to practice. So if I looked at your schedule each day, is it going to convict you? Or is it going to be incredibly clear that you are a high functioning, highly productive, highly efficient real estate agent? Right? If I followed you around all day, would I even know you were a real estate agent? Right? Do you have time in your day each day to go look at property or to call people or to follow up with people or to watch a video on presentations or something about mindset or whatever it may be, right? Next, database growth and technology integration. First, I add blank people to my database every week. B, I will speak to everyone in my database by December 31st. Does anyone think that is an unachievable goal? Come on now.
Potentially, yeah. I've got a lot of people that are not inclined to answer the phone.
Send them a video text. They don't get a lot of video text. Hey, it's Marie. I was thinking about you today. I drove by your neighborhood. Just wanted to see how you and the family are doing.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like a large portion of my database is text and email people. They just don't speak.
So rather than the word speak, it could be contact.
Yeah.
Right. Whatever.
Exactly. I can communicate with them, but it's
whatever it takes. If that's what it is, that's what it is. Right. My complete database will be in command by. Right. I speak to, I'm coaching with a handful of you guys every single day, and it's not an uncommon theme that says, yeah, I've got these 80 people that I haven't dragged into command yet. If I can be super blunt with you, how much longer are we going to wait? Right? This is our business, right? This is how we fund our life. All right. I will have blank smart plans set up by blank, right? I will have 3 smart plans set up by October 10th. One of them's going to be the quarterly call, one of them's going to be the neighborhood nurture, and one's going to be the, the happy Thanksgiving, whatever, right? I will write blank handwritten notes for the holidays. I will post blank Facebook command ads by blank. I will have a daily social media schedule in place by blank, right? I'm just giving you some ideas. You don't have to do all of these, but would you agree that having a goal with a deadline is going to create momentum?
Yes.
Okay. Third, pipeline creation and appointment holding. Number one, I will create a visual pipeline by blank and 3 times my 2021 units goal by blank. So I will create a visual pipeline of what I've got by Friday, and I will have 3 times the number of units that I want to close by December 31st on that pipeline. Okay. Number 2, I know the number of appointments I need to hold monthly, and it is blank. My top 3 lead generation strategies are blank, blank, and blank. And lead generation number 1 success metric is blank. Number 2 success metric is blank. Number 3 success metric is blank. What that means is I call expired listings. When I speak to 3 expireds a day, I've done my job. What's the success metric, right? My lead generation strategy is open houses. When I host 1 open house a week, I've done my job. Make sense? And therefore, I will host 12 open houses between now and the end of the year. That. My one thing is to support local business owners, or to grow my database by supporting local business owners. So I will conduct 2 local business owner interviews per week and post them on Facebook. How do we know you're winning, and how do we know you're not winning? Now, I know this is a little rigid. Does anyone agree that this is a bit rigid? All right, everyone can come off mute. Let's have an interactive experience here.
I mean, it is a little, but that's how you have targeted goals. I mean, if it's too fluffy, you don't know where you're going. So.
Man. All right, Marie, you're teaching the class next time. That's great. Perfect answer. Did y'all hear what Aubrey said today? Oh my gosh. I think this should be like your alarm when you wake up. Okay, 5%, the top 5% of producers do what 95% of the agents are not willing to do.
Right.
I mean, if that's not like a mic drop comment, I don't know what is. Do you think that 95% of the real estate agents in Metro Atlanta have a plan like this that they're committed to accomplishing?
No.
Imagine, I just want you to imagine this for a second. January 1st rolls around and you have a pre-list buyer presentation and listing presentation that looks modern, sharp, it's digital, and you've practiced it 100 times. Are you scared about making calls? Nope. You know exactly what winning looks like and exactly what not winning looks like, right? It's very clear, okay? Your social media and your marketing is nailed down. There are standards and people have come to expect that of you, right? You are practicing every day with somebody that's equally as serious about their business. You have decided what 3 lead generation strategies you are going to absolutely clobber in 2021, and you know what winning means for each of those 3. Okay, you got a pipeline that's visual and has, in our scenario, our pipeline was going to have between 36 and 39 people in it, right? 12 units, 13 units, 13 units per year. So you get a pipeline of, let's say, 40 people. You're going into 2021 saying, oh yeah, right? And a lot of our activities are digitized with command and smart plans. Are you thinking that 2021 is going to be a bang up year or not? Okay, now, what's going to get in the way of all this? Marie?
Oh, she
Arlene?
did it. It's gonna be us. We're the number 1.
Right. They say, don't get upset at the work you didn't do to, wait.
Don't get
Don't-
upset at the
Don't
results
get
you
upset at
didn't
the
get
money you
for the
didn't
work you
make
did.
because of the work you didn't do or something like that.
Yep, yep.
Do you have a better delivery for me? So, I mean, here, that's the deal, right? That is the beauty and the downfall of a business like this, right? It is the easiest low paying job you will ever have. Matter of fact, you don't have to do anything, right? And it is one of the most challenging high paying jobs you can ever have. But did you guys hear on the call this morning, there were 3 agents in our office that made over 75 grand last month in the middle of a global pandemic, in the middle of an election cycle, social unrest everywhere. I believe in the way in here that each and every one of you is capable of a plan like this. Is there anybody that doesn't believe that? Y'all so quiet today. Who's gonna like yell out, I'm capable of this?
I'm capable.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was just waiting for you. So I don't care how big the numbers are on here, but commit to talking to 2 people a day. I mean, commit to something.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Commit to watching 1 real estate video about command a day. Commit to adding 1 person to your database a day and do it for a little while and you'll feel the momentum. Does that make sense? Okay, now I'll remind you, okay, the goal of productivity coaching, okay, our mission is to create a community of learning-based and purpose-driven leaders focused together on accelerating the trajectory of our businesses and the quality of our lives. Using the powerful leverage of Keller Williams models, systems, and technology, we intend to create abundant lives for ourselves and for those we support. Is there anyone that can't get excited about that? There was a moment in every one of our lives, guys, where we had this grand idea to go get a real estate license. And the beautiful thing is you're in a supportive group of over 40 agents that want great lives by design. This is the design, right? This is the design. Does that make sense?
It does.
Anybody upset at me?
No.
Okay. So you guys are going to get a sneak peek. We've already had this session, and I'll be talking about this a little bit more this week with others. And then my advice to you is fill it out. Okay. No matter what you put on here, there is a plan. Okay. No matter what you put on here, there is a plan. One thing I didn't add in here, which I think is equally as important, is maybe some non-business related goals. Okay. So if you want to save a certain amount of money, if you want to pay off a certain number of dollars of debt, if you want to lose weight, gain weight, whatever it is, and it's meaningful to you, put it on there. You want to read a certain number of books, you want to have a date night every week, whatever it is. Question is are you committed to it? Are you willing to move everything around to make that happen?
Is that only in the WhatsApp? Is there like a Word format or a PDF anywhere?
Yeah, I was just, I just created this today, so I haven't uploaded it yet.
Okay.
And I'm already on like my 3rd draft. So if you have any comments on it and you want to add something or take something off, we can do that before I upload it.
No, I just was like going crazy trying to find it.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
why.
Sorry. Okay, so don't forget, if you are not, I'm going to repost this here for those that came a little late. The top link is the YouTube channel. If you're not there, go ahead and grab that link. That's where you can subscribe and see all the old videos. The second link is the Google Drive, where you have free access exclusive to PC people for all of the files and checklists and all that kind of stuff that I've accumulated over time. So thank you so much for being here today, and we'll see you in the morning, okay? Oh, there's a social media mastermind that is going on in the GLG group. I just posted the link about 30 minutes ago, and feel free to hop on. Okay.
Thanks.
All right. Have a great
Thank
day, guys.
you.